we'll start with the first question. What did you guys think of NA and EU as a region struggling compared to LATAM during Invite? Do you believe it was a shift in meta, playstyle, or individuals from teams performing?
I don't know. In my opinion, it was the mostly shift in meta. It just suits LATAM so well.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think it's shifted meta as well, but also like they have just very skilled gunners, and I think they like also have a lot more LAN experience as well than a lot of EU teams and also NA teams. They just started LAN League like 2 seasons ago. I think LATAM plays LAN for like 3 years or whatever now. One more thing, they just have so much energy. Like Nesk. Jesus.
Right, question 2. What did you guys think of LATAM's style of play in general? And do you think it's something that teams across the globe will look to adopt? Or do you think teams will try to find their own path of success?
Well, I think some things will be adopted, but I also think like regions need their different styles of success within the region, and but still they have very good team play and like very good like problem solving, I think, or just like pushing.
I mean, yeah, not like every region has teams set up like LATAM. Like they have like everyone in their team can frag, and problem solve at the same time. So it's not something that like every region has. So maybe people will try to adopt it, but I'm not sure if it's that simple.
What did you guys think of the new setup for invitationals with the 2 groups of 10, and then the same as last year with the double elimination, where the upper bracket winner has a map advantage going into the best of 5 finals, as well as the extra time off?
Well, I think the 2 groups and constant best of ones were quite good for the viewer, and I mean 2 teams were missing, so it felt like 4 game days or 5 play days just for 2 teams leaving is like a bit long. But I mean 2 teams were disqualified due to COVID, so I mean that's good, I guess. And I mean for the 1 map advantage, I mean I don't really like it that much because it takes away so much from the game. Like as you saw yesterday, or you saw SSG against NIP 1 year ago.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know if you necessarily need a map advantage. Like you're already getting an advantage by not playing that day when the other team is already playing a best of 3 and then straight going into a best of 5. So I mean, they're probably exhausted by the time you reach like map 3. Whereas if you're in a winners bracket, you're just starting.
Probably something like choosing the map order or something, in my opinion, would be enough. Or maybe choosing attacking sides. Choosing sides on maps.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
I think
It's
1
kind of
map is
hard.
too much. I mean, there needs to be an advantage for not losing, obviously. But then again, it shouldn't be like that much, and that it takes away from like a potential super great final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that they should keep the double elimination, or do you think we should revert back to a single elimination for the bracket system?
Probably
Actually,
double elimination is pretty good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like the double elimination. I think what you saw there from example Liquid, like they lost their first upper bracket match, so in theory with another format they would be out. But they came back with a miraculous run in the lower bracket, and I mean I think everybody loved to see that. So
Yeah, 100%.
It's really enjoyable to watch.
Right. Question 4. Throughout the tournament, there were many strong performances. Who would you consider the top 3 players of the event?
well,
I
Nest,
mean, yeah.
Nest Palu I'd put down like as number 1 and 2 probably. And then for me, third is between Pino and Muzi, I'd say.
I mean, yeah, there's no other choice really.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
Yeah.
Nesk and Palu just played insane throughout the whole tournament. I mean, in the final, I think they lacked energy in the end because what Comfy meant, they played a best of 3 and then played 4 more maps. And like in the last map, you saw how Nesk like played and like how much energy he had compared to the days before.
Do you think there are any other players though, other than those like 3 standouts or 4 standouts as like the finals teams? Something like Eska, for example, from Parabellum.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of great players overall. Also, in my opinion, Joystick played very well. Very nice to see. I mean, Eska played well. Yeah, I mean, Bolo played great as well.
Any surprises with those players? Well, anybody that performed at the tournament that you didn't expect to do so well?
Well, no one expected Eska to play that well or Parabellum in general. So it's nice to see him.
And Joystick also. That was kind of surprised how like insane he performed.
Yeah, that's back to old school Joystick,
Yeah.
basically. You like
Yeah.
to see it, but not against yourself.
True.
Yeah, you don't want the plus 50. Not against
No,
you.
no, please no.
All right. We'll move on to question 5 then. What 2 teams surprised you most during the invitationals, and what 2 teams disappointed you the most?
Me surprised the most probably Parabellum and Empire. I mean, I don't think you can argue with that.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, Empire, yeah. I mean, they weren't playing well in the EU League that great. I mean, towards the end, they were playing better, but I mean, that invitational run from them was great.
What about somebody like Team 1?
I mean,
But-
yeah, Team 1, I think LATAM in general surprised a lot. I mean, MIBR, Team 1, I mean, they're all great teams, but like they really have shown how strong they are. And like, I mean, you saw it from like 75% LATAM teams in the semifinals, basically.
True. Do you expect a team like Team 1 to continue to make majors, considering they've only been a roster for less than 6 months now?
Oh yeah, I mean, Alemão is insane player. So they have a lot of great players as well. But
I mean,
like,
yeah, the team is pretty solid. So
It's just
yeah.
gonna depend. It's just gonna depend on like what else LATAM brings up. Like, you know.
yeah, LATAM has so many great teams.
Yeah.
Actually, it's big region.
And what 2 teams disappointed you the most, and were like kind of like letdowns?
Oh. Maybe G2 and SSG, in my
I would-
opinion.
I mean, for me, it's more Dark Zero and G2, I'd say.
Yeah, K2 and Dark Zero as well for me.
I mean, SSG, they had a rough thing with Canadian having to step in and like not being allowed to do a roster change before and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I still
you know-
believed. I still believed.
I
SSG.
still believed in SSG, but it's always hard, you know? And I think Dark Zero had a lot to prove in the event and like, I mean, didn't really show off. And I guess same with G2 after losing Pengu, they had a lot to show. And I mean, they could have done good, but I think they just lost their momentum after the first game and their mental was shocked, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, they started off very strong on the first map against Team 1, but after that, it all went downhill.
Final question. What was your favorite moment from the event, to each of you individually?
I mean, just the final. The whole final.
It's actually so hard to say. There were so many great moments. I mean, there were so many great maps and great performances. Yeah, I guess it's just the final that it actually came to the 5th map.
The final or NIP PDS?
Oh yeah, NIP BDS was
Because
great.
that
Like
game
Muzi
was
in that
insane.
game.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Muzi on
true.
Clubhouse, man. I'm still scared.